Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's a brand new day and it's time for more One Piece. So let's go and get the formalities out of the way, shall we? Yo, peoples! Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another reading as we go through One Piece. Today, we are going to be reading volume 55 of this series, titled A Ray of Hope. So, let's go ahead and begin. Now, thanks to Kohagen, who is always keeping me on the up and up because I don't count every single chapter that I go through all the time. Sometimes I beat Kohagen to the punch. But the only chapters we have today are just 9 chapters. So, sorry, I had like a little bit of a... I just finished my breakfast, so... Piece stuck in my teeth, but at least it doesn't distract me. The Story of One Piece, Volume 55. Monkey D. Luffy started out as just a kid with a dream to become the greatest pirate in history. Stirred by the tales of pirate red-haired Shanks, Luffy vowed to become a pirate himself. That was before the enchanted devil fruit gave Luffy the power to stretch like rubber, at the cost of being unable to swim, a serious handicap for an aspiring sea dog. Undeterred, Luffy set out to sea and recruited some crewmates: Master Swordsman Zoro, treasure-hunting thief Nami, lying sharpshooter Usopp, the high-kicking chef Sanji, Chopper, the walkin' talkin' reindeer doctor, mysterious archaeologist Robin, cyborg shipwright Frankie, and Brook, a musical skeleton. After their defeat in the Battle of Sabaody Archipelago, the Straw Hat Pirates find themselves scattered to various islands. Luffy ends up on the Island of Women, where he wins the heart of Boa Hancock. When he learns that Ace is soon to be executed, he recruits the Empress to help him break into the impregnable underwater prison Impel Down. But as he searches for his brother, Luffy encounters his old enemy Buggy the Clown and becomes embroiled in the battles between Buggy and his jailers, thereby revealing his presence to the enemy. With an army of guards and monsters hot on their heels, the fugitives pass through Crimson Hell and Beast Hell and continue downward. On the way, they free Mr. 3 and Mr. 2 Bon Clay, but as the outlaws continue their descent, the forces of the entire prison gather on level 4 to capture Luffy. I love it when I'm able to get that whole synopsis out without flubbing a single line. I'm so happy about it. But as I said before, this is going to be a shorter volume to go through because there's only 9 chapters to go through. Chapters 533 all the way down to 541, so it won't take long. Chapter 533, Level 4, Inferno Hell. Rear passage on Impel Down. And it cuts to someone who's on the outside of Impel Down itself. How much longer until they execute him? 29 hours. It's set for 3 tomorrow afternoon. If everything goes as planned, that will be the end of it. Port Casti Ace will be escorted out tomorrow morning. And then Hancock, who's being, taken on this small boat with Vice Admiral Momonga, she's just thinking to herself, Luffy, your safety is my only concern. Vice Admiral Momonga! What is it? Red-haired Shanks has been involved in some minor clashes in the New World. Shanks? Are you sure? Why now? Against who? Kaido, one of the 4 emperors! Kaido is trying to take advantage of the current situation to kill Whitebeard, and Shanks interfered. At least that's what they think at headquarters. Everyone is on a high alert right now. Duh. How quickly these crises can develop. These are turbulent waters indeed. But who can stop a fight among the 4 emperors? So Shanks ran into Kaido and intercepted him. There's no way this confrontation with Whitebeard can be avoided. Even the world can feel it. Hurry on to Marineford. Sir! And then Momonga is preparing to leave Impel Down while we still got Luffy and company down in the prison. And now we cut to when they defeated the Minotaur. Inside the Wellhole Tower, level 3, Impel Down. And then it cuts to Mr. 3 and Buggy screaming, Inferno Hell is just below us!
We're not going down to level 4!
Why not?
Are you crazy?
We're trying to break out of this prison! Out!
Yeah, so we have to go up! Up! You get it?
Wow, look at this huge chunk of dried blood that was up my nose.
Are you even listening? Just ignore them, Straw Boy. Those two are big gutless dogs. Who are you calling a big-nosed dog? What? How did you get that from what I said? Fine, I just twirl.
Hey, look, the ceiling's getting higher. Oh, you're right. But what's that rumbling sound? Is this some kind of magic trick? And all of them are just so oblivious to the fact that apparently they are falling. Wait, the ceiling's not rising. We're falling.
Oh no, my monkey ball was too powerful. It broke through the floor.
No way. No way. It was my powerful punch that did that.
No, it was the power of my kick.
No, my wax power. Oh, wait, never mind.
That's it? We're gonna burn!
As they all start to fall down into level 4. Level 4, Lake of Blood. Wait, stop, we'll die. You deserve whatever you get. How many people did you kill before you came here? Ozzy, good to see you. Do it. And then it cuts to this big, gigantic figure that's above where these prisoners are. Stop! Level 4, Inferno Hell. And then we see level 4, and it's just a place that's just coked in fire. And this one big creature knocks some prisoners into this giant flaming cauldron. And they all just fall in. And the thing is, like, here's the thing. You can think about these torture things being done to you, and it's like, maybe there's a way I can get out, but you don't understand that when it comes to this sort of place, and thinking about how people are being just straight up tortured daily at this place, how many people actually fall into that cauldron and survive, save for the people that I think it was Buggy or Domino who said that they managed to, take a baptism without even flinching. But these people, these other random prisoners just get knocked into this big old cauldron, this gigantic cauldron inside this flame. This looks like a room that you would come across in either Diablo or in Elden Ring or any game from FromSoftware where there's like, yeah, this looks like something that's straight out of Elden Ring, like at the bottom of Godric's castle or something, like some weird, or even in Caelid during that burning ruins with the giant flamethrower cart head things. I don't know what they're called, but they fall into the cauldron. Sorry, I know I shouldn't be getting sidetracked here, but there's just so many things pop into my head. They fall into the cauldron and they're struggling. Then they're literally getting burned alive. Bring more firewood. Step on it. One of the prisoners got away. Out of my way. I'm burning up. My gut's on fire. This place is worse than death. Worse than death. I can't take it. Out of my way. As this one prisoner just starts barreling towards a walkway. Barely towards the walkway. And then he hits this one dude in the back of the head. Out of my way or I'll throw you into the fire. And then this person looks back and proceeds to take this big chunk of firewood he's carrying and then snap this dude backwards. I'm falling! Hey, you can't assault your fellow prisoners! And this person who just swatted away this one prisoner who managed to get out of the cauldron is none other than Daz Bones, aka Mr. One, former Baroque Works assassin. And then it cuts to the other prisoners. Something's up. What are Magellan and Hanyabel doing down here? All the jailer beasts are here too. What's going on? Passage connecting level 3 and level 4. If they're coming down, they'll have to go through that door. Any word yet? Did the Minotaur get them? It's so hot here. Be sure to button up your fireproof coat. And then it cuts to Hanyabel and Magellan, who's down there. Hold on. Yo, Cedez, good to see you. Every time. But we cut to Hannibal, and we cut to Magellan. Warden, when I take your place, I want a more open chair. Shut up. Warden, let me say this again. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Sorry about that. I really do need to soundproof my room. Warden, when I take your place, I want a more open chair. Shut up. I like enclosed spaces. I want you to shut out. I want to shut you out, too. Beep. And then it cuts to Miss Sadie.
If I'd known we were going to have to wait this long, I would have gone straight to level 3.
Be patient, Miss Sadie.
It's not me, it's them.
As it cuts to Miss Sadie, and she's standing with apparently the jailer beast.
They're thirsty for blood, and they've no patience at all.
And so we have the names of the jailer beasts now. The mini rhinoceros, jailer beast, quiet, mini, not minnow rhinoceros. Not mini, but minnow not rhinoceros, jailer beast quiet, minnow koala, jailer beast feisty, and minnow zebra, jailer beast shy. And they're just like the minotaurus that we saw before, except rhinoceros, koala, and a zebra. Reporting, sir! Strawhead Luffy is currently inside the well-hold tower of level 3. We've been unable to obtain any video of him. It would save us a lot of trouble if he fell all the way down into the boiling pond of blood. He and his comrades all have devil fruit powers. If they fell in there, they'd sink like stones. Warden Magellan, I have news to report. The intruder Strawhead Luffy is already on this level. What? How can that be? And Magellan says this by poking out there's like a little open. He has a little door. He has like a small door he can stick his face through at the back of his giant enclosed chair. What? How can that be? He must have fallen through the well hole. But the pond is directly underneath it. It's directly under it. How could they survive? This is only a guess, but perhaps the rubble he fell with, helped him to escape. And what's more? What is it? Guess handkerchiefs don't exist in the One Piece world. Those jailers beasts need them. Look, they exist, but no one cares to use them. I don't think we've ever seen anyone use a handkerchief to wipe their nose. Ever in this entire series. And what's more? What is it? I don't want this chair. The Minotaur fell too. It's out cold. And then Miss Sadie steps up.
What? The Minotaur couldn't have been defeated.
Calm down. Only 2 stairways can be used without security clearance. We're going to split into 3 groups. Hannibal, you guard the stairwell to level 3 here. Miss Sadie, you take the jailer beast and guard the one that leads down to level 5.
Guard? No way! I want to assault. I want to assail. If I can't do that, I have no reason to live, Warden. If they come my way, I'll let them get away and the Warden can take the fall.
And this is Hannibal thinking this. Are you unhappy with your orders? And then Magellan says this while he lets out poison mist out of his mouth.
No! Don't sigh! Stop! What did I do?
Goes Hannibal. Capture them. You can do whatever you want to them after that.
Wonderful! I love that.
As for the rest of you jailers, capture them, dead or alive. Yes, sir!
But I prefer they were at least a little alive.
Near the pond of blood. And it cuts to Luffy and company making their ways down into the infernal level.
Hot! What kind of passageway is this? The heat's unbearable.
The air's so hot it's cooking my lungs. I gotta get out of here. Which way do I go?
You guys are all wimps. You know the old saying, clear your mind of all mundane thoughts and you will find the strength to put on women's clothes. This place is a little hotter than the upper floor, huh? Yes, it is a bit hot. I feel like I'm burning up just a little bit. It's so hot! You're only making things worse!
And then it cuts to, because Bon Clay literally can't take the heat just like the rest of them. He's just playing it off, but it's not really doing much. Huh? That way, come on!
Hey, where are you going? It's too hot. Shut
up!
Wait, Straw Boy is heading towards the kitchen, and I'm starving. Good idea. I hope there's grog there.
Buggy, wait!
It's hot. It's hot. It's hot, hot, hot.
Ah, yum. It's hot. It smells good. And then it cuts to the guards that are on the same level as Luffy. There he is! It's Straw Hat Luffy! Oh, there's so many of them. This floor is a lot hotter than the one above. I miss the Impel Down stages from One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. I also miss playing as Magellan as well. I just need to eat and then I'll be ready for anything! And then it cuts to Luffy, who just starts beating up the guards as he dodges away from their tridents as they try to skewer him. Come! Fireworks! And the whole bridge he's on explodes. Then we cut to Buggy and Mr. 3.
What are you waiting for, partner? You must be really hungry too.
Take a good look. There are a lot of guards and they're well organized. Level 4 is supposed to be filled with screams. But nobody's feeding the fire and the prisoners aren't trying to escape. And look how the guards are moving around in formations. Something's up. We have to check the exits right away. It looks like they were waiting for us. Right now, we're like rats in a trap.
Why would they be waiting for us down here? They're after Straw Hat, right? We're only here by accident.
Either way, they know we're on the loose. The thing I'm most afraid of is that in order to restore order, they called in Impel Down's all-star team. The 3 jailer beasts are given, but if Warden Magellan is here, we're finished. And then it cuts to Luffy, and as he's running, something plops directly in front of him. Whoa! Hot! That scared me. I thought a spear was flying at me or something. What is this? Jelly? Poo?
Straw Boy, look up!
And as he looks up, Magellan lands right in front of Luffy.
Magellan!
Who are you?
Criminal scum!
And that is the end of chapter 533. We got an SBS, and then we can move on to 534. Reader, hello Odachi. I wanted to write you a letter, so here it is. Signed, Koeda of Hyogo Prefecture. Oda, right, thank you. Moving on. Question. I spotted Captain T-Bone on page 42, panel 6 of volume 54, but how did he survive his battle with Zoro? Signed, Manticore, age 16. Answer. Wow, you're right. That's him all right. That's definitely Captain T-Bone who lost the fight in the Water 7 story arc. He must have done something really desperate to survive. Yeah, that must be it. Question. Godfather, I have a question. In volume 52, chapter 508, page 110, Capone's stomach opens up and starts playing a tune. I can't get it out of my head that it's the song they used to play in Ultraman when the Space Patrol would fly out of the base in their fighter jet. Signed from, I used to watch it on video back then. Answer. Aha! I see. Well, I've received similar letters from a lot of people, so if so many people say it, I guess it must be right. I did have a tune playing in my head when I wrote it. I knew it was from my childhood, but I couldn't remember exactly where it was from. By the way, I used the same tune when the Groggy monsters appeared in volume 33. Is that the Samurai Skull face? No. That's Ryuma. Captain T-Bone, Captain Ryuma, Captain T-Bone, he looks more like a zombie than a skeleton. He looks more like a zombie than a skeleton. Because as soon as you said Samurai Skullface, I immediately thought of Ryuma for Thriller Bark. But Captain T-Bone's the one that basically looks like a skeletal dude zombie, living zombie. That's how he looks. And also, he says, don't know if later know, but y'all know there's a convention called BlurredCon. Know that is coming next month in Houston. One day I'll go to a convention. I want to go to a convention one day. Actually, I went to a convention that was in my town, or at least in the city outside of my town, and I went there and I got a whole bunch of manga and stuff. But that's I've never been to Comic-Con or San Diego or any other place like that. But one day I want to go to a actual full-fledged con and travel there. One day I want to do that. But that's the end. That's the end of the SBS. Onwards to chapter 534. Warden Magellan versus Pirate Luffy. And then the guards are looking, going, oh no, we gotta get away from here!
The heat is unbearable. It really is like an inferno down here.
And then more droplets just drop down in front of Magellan as it starts to sizzle.
Warden! Warden Magellan, please wait! Please don't start fighting yet! Get away from this area! If you don't, the Warden's poison will get you too!
And then every single guard is immediately running from the area because of the fight that's about to happen. And Luffy's looking back confused. Come on, just a little farther, and I could have reached that place that smells really good.
Straw Boy, don't fight him! That's Magellan, the Warden of Impel Down! He has the power of the Venom fruit! You have to run! He's too dangerous!
Venom? Oh, poison!
That's right, Straw Hat. For you to break into this impregnable prison is sullying my reputation. I know why you're here. I won't allow you to reach Port Castille, Ace.
And that gets Luffy's attention.
How did you manage to get in here, anyway? Never mind. I'll get that information from you later.
And then it cuts to Luffy thinking about Hancock helping him.
I wanted to help you more, but...
I'll die before I tell you that, Luffy says out loud.
Straw Boy! Get away from him! Quick! His body's full of poisons! How can you hope to defeat him if you can't even touch him? We have to go back to the Pond of Blood and take a right, Straw Boy! Forget the food! Let's just escape to level 5!
It's no use.
As Magellan's body keeps getting covered more and more and more in poison. There's where you get all your swords and nunchucks from. You have just about every anime sword except for Mihawk's. Where would you put it? The sword is just that big. I don't know where you would put Yoru at.
It's no use.
And then it cuts to Magellan pretty much telling him,
the stairway to level 5 is guarded by the head jailer and the 3 jailer beasts,
which is Sadie and the minnow and the jailer beasts themselves.
All the exits from this floor have been sealed. You have nowhere to run.
Oh
no! Hydra!
As Hydra starts to emanate from his back.
What's all this stuff? Poison? Globs of pure poison?
And then he makes the Hydra attack Luffy, who does his best to jump out of the way. And Bon Clay runs as well. And Magellan doesn't move. He just lets the Hydra go after them.
Please wait, Warden Magellan, we're still...
And as the Hydra is going after Luffy, some guards get caught up in it, and they get immediately covered in the poison. And then they just start screaming in pain as the Hydra continues to go after Luffy.
Whoa, he's killing his own people! The Hydra's poison is a paralyzing neurotoxin! It causes excruciating pain throughout the entire body, followed by death!
And they keep running.
Don't come near me!
The pain! Somebody get me the antidote! I warn you fools to stay out of my line of fire!
Sorry, sir! I'm hungry!
As Luffy is running, but he's just thinking about food. Then he sees a platform and he grabs onto it and to swing away from the Hydra, but it's still incredibly hot. Here goes!
Hot! Catch me if you can! Hot! It's really hot!
And then Luffy swings around as one of the Hydras goes face first into the fire that he manages to swing under. But he winds up still clipping himself with some flames as he kind of burns his shirt just a little bit.
Hot! It's really hot! It burns!
As he flips up onto an upper platform. All right, I got one of its heads. And then it cuts to the head of the Hydra and is kind of burned off. And it cuts to Magellan, who's just chewing on something. And he blows a bubble, and then he spits it at Luffy.
Chloroball!
And then it explodes. It explodes underneath Luffy, causing a massive explosion, which kind of causes Luffy to fly in the air a little bit, but he jumps off the platform and lands on a upper area. But then smoke starts to fill the area. Huh?
Put on your gas. That was close.
Huh?
Put on your gas masks. Stay away from the center. The warden's fighting.
And then it cuts to that same smoke that came out of the chloroball.
Tear sneeze gas! Phew. It's Magellan's poisonous gases!
Why are they fighting here?
Phew. Who's he fighting? Phew. They said that there's an intruder? How much worse can this floor get?
And it shows that Mr. One is also inside this cell as well, along with Panda Man. Y'all didn't think I wouldn't see him, but I saw him. And everyone is sneezing as this chloroball, which is not only tear gas, but sneezing gas, is just filling the entire area. And it's Luffy.
What the? What's going on? My eyes itch, and they won't stop watering. What is this? I can't fight like this. I can't see.
And then it cuts to Magellan, who's covered in poison, as his body starts to slink a little bit.
Huh? What's that? The dragon stopped.
Venom Road.
As Magellan goes from where he was standing, and he slides through the neck of his own Hydra towards Luffy.
Venom Road.
And he shoots out the mouth of the dragon and launches towards Luffy. And he takes off the horny parts of his hair, and it looks like he takes them off completely.
Huh?
As Luffy looks as Magellan tries to skewer him with them.
Whoa! Whoa! Phew.
And he's struggling to see where Magellan is, and he dodges out of the way as Magellan hits a wall. And the wall itself starts to melt.
Whoa! He melted the rock!
From Magellan's own poison. And then he tries to hit Luffy again, but Luffy moves his foot in the way and then slams Magellan's arm down into the ground. And in the process causes where he's standing to just break off. And Luffy, seeing that he's fallen, takes that momentum and kicks himself over to another location to keep from falling into the flames down below. And all Magellan can do is just look at him. And then it cuts to Bon Clay, who's secretly hiding as he's going,
Magellan is a man who can control the world's most dangerous prisoners. He's the master of this hell. Make your choice now, Bon Clay. You have to run, Bon Clay. You can't win. The odds are against you. I gotta run. I'm sorry, Straw Boy. I'm sorry.
as Bon Clay just immediately starts running away. Then it cuts to some silhouetted figures who are going, Magellan is fighting Straw Hat. Now's our chance.
You idiot. Are you nuts? We're hopelessly outnumbered.
Think about it. It's not about numbers. Their attention is all focused on preventing Straw Hat from going down to the bottom floor. The jailer beasts are positioned in the passage there. This place is the most lightly guarded. Now's our chance. The security will only get tighter from here on. This is our best way out. Straw Hat is bound to lose eventually. We have to get up to level 3 before he does.
Hey, maybe you're right. I never heard that Underwarden Hanyabel has any devil fruit powers. I never heard that Underwarden Hanyabel has any devil fruit powers. If I knock his men out with my Muggy Ball, we might be able to take him.
That's right. Come on, I can't stand this heat anymore.
Let's go!
As it cuts to Buggy and Mr. 3, who I guess want to go and square up with Anyabel. Then it cuts to Magellan, who's standing in front of Luffy, who's already on his knees.
Do you still refuse to surrender?
And Luffy doesn't say anything. I'm gonna rescue Ace, and we're gonna leave this place. I can't die without even seeing him first. I won't let you execute Ace! But I'm gonna lose for sure if I don't hit you, so I might as well sacrifice my arms right now! And then Luffy goes gear second. Come!
What's that smoke around you?
And then Luffy rushes Magellan and hits him with a bazooka! And then Magellan feels this, and he spits up just a little bit of blood from this full force blow. I don't think Magellan's ever been hit like that before, because it completely shocked him. And then it shows Luffy's hands covered in poison, and his hands are sizzling already. And that's the end of chapter 534. We got an SBS, and we can move on to 535. Question. Mr. Oda, the other day I saw in the news that you can make electricity with a cola drink. It's called a bio battery. When I saw this, the first thing I thought of was Frankie and Sunny. Now that one of your ideas has become a reality, what do you think will be next? Signed, Gakko Mini Bear, age 31. Hey, that's my age. Answer. Really? You can make electricity with cola? Hey, well, I knew about that. Yeah, let's see the next thing to become a reality. How about the sea train? I wish I could ride that. Question. Have the CP9 ever messed up with the finger pistol and jammed their fingers? I have. Signed, Usaman. Answer. What are you doing? Stop that. I'm sure the CP9 members sometimes jammed their fingers when they were still in training. Don't try it at home, kids. The PTA is on my case all the time as it is. Answer. Question. Hello. I'd like to say that my whole family is hooked on One Piece. And now for the matter at hand. When Luffy got sent to the Island of Women in Volume 53, I saw this. It was in the third panel on page 101, the second panel on page 140, and the first panel on page 153, etc. What are these Panda Man-like creatures? Sign, Yukata. Answer. So you found them. It's not Panda Man because the Island of Women is forbidden to any man. It's Panda Woman. Panda Man loves her, but I'm not quite sure his love is reciprocated. And that's the end of the SBS. Chapter 535, Friend.
Such stupidity. If they had just passed through here and made some trouble, it would have made the warden look bad. I told them they could pass, but those idiots came straight at me.
And it cuts to Hannibal, who's standing over a defeated Buggy and Mr. 3. This man literally says, like, I told them to pass because I want this to make the warden look bad. But Buggy and Mr. 3 still wanted to fight, and so Hannibal completely thrashed them. They missed the opportunity to slip through. This dude literally gave him an out. He literally gave him an out, and they didn't take it. This is a passage to level 3. We've suffered casualties due to a bomb attack.
Yes, we've captured Buggy the Clown, and Mr. 3. He was stronger than we thought. That stupid Anya Bell is really tough.
Please, don't torture me. If I'm going to be tortured, I'd rather bite off my tongue right now and die. That's it. I'll bite it off. I'm gonna bite it. Meanwhile, on the same floor, Bon Clay.
Get out of my way, you jerks! Out of my way! Don't let him escape. There's no way I can stand up to that monster. I never fight battles I can't win. There's a 200% chance I'll lose if I help him. Down and out, sway! I gotta run!
As it cuts to Bon Clay, who's crying his eyes out as he's running. They underestimated him and paid for it. Yeah, they messed around and found out.
Don't turn back. The only hope is to run.
Same floor, Luffy versus Magellan. As it cuts to Magellan, who's like on one knee.
I never thought you'd be able to knock me to my knees, but even a mouse can be formidable when cornered.
As it cuts to Luffy, who's screaming in pain as the poison is affecting his hands, like it's burning his skin. Imagine having like a substance that hits your hand, and not only does it numbs it. Well, I wouldn't say it numbs it, but it just starts burning the instant it's on your hands. It's not acid. It's like, just think of hand sanitizer. If hand sanitizer was super soupy or super gloopy, and it was on your hands and it immediately started burning, and the pain was excruciating. Imagine if hand sanitizer had like that acid in it. That's basically what it is. As Luffy screaming out in pain.
But now there is enough poison on your hands to kill you.
Gum.
You must be in terrible pain. You have my condolences.
Twin?
Poison blowfish!
Jet pistol! And using twin jet pistols, he hits Magellan in his midsection, while Magellan spits out this poison glob directly at Luffy. And Luffy manages to dodge as he puts his hand up.
Hydra!
Jet pistol! As Luffy punches the Hydra, but more poison splashes on his body. Huh? Fog?
Poison spider cloud!
As the whole area starts to fill with this mist from Magellan. Huh? And then Luffy's rubbing his eyes. You know, with his arms that have poison on them. So he's rubbing poison in his eyes, which is making the situation all the worse. Something's wrong with my vision.
Is your hearing muffled? Your hands are useless now. The poison will soon take everything from you.
And then it cuts to someone in chains as they go, "Hey, guard! Tell me the truth. What's happening up there?" Ace says to some guards who are standing there, "Nothing. Nothing at all." And then it cuts back to Luffy, who's still trying to fight Magellan, but Luffy is not able to hit Magellan because he can't even see him. And Magellan isn't even moving. He's just looking at Luffy miss all these shots.
Your mental strength is impressive.
And then it cuts to Luffy, who hits into the distance, but he doesn't hit Magellan at all.
How painful to watch.
Ah! Hot! Hot!
Haven't you had enough yet?
As Magellan gets covered in poison, and he causes this gigantic, fully winged, full-bodied dragon, like Hydra, to pop out. And it's just over Luffy as Luffy is just aimlessly punching, like where Magellan isn't even at. He's just like punching fruitlessly. And then it cuts to Magellan. He's blacked out. And then it cuts to a full black panel. And then it cuts to Magellan, who stands over Luffy.
This is your punishment, intruder. You will suffer for 24 hours. And then go to hell.
As it cuts to Luffy, who's just laying in front of Magellan, whole body covered in poison, and he's just twitching. He's just immobile completely.
You've absorbed too much poison. No antidote can save you now.
Ace! Warden Magellan! That was a good fight, sir. What do you want us to do with Straw Hat Luffy?
It's only a matter of time before he dies, but we can't leave him there. Throw him into the central tower on level 5.
Yes, sir!
Warden Magellan! There seems to have been a botched escape attempt in the passage to level 3.
What happened?
We're not exactly sure yet. Then it cuts to a new location where it's apparently freezing, as it cuts to prisoners who are completely covered in ice and frostbite.
Hey! He's done for. Is he dead? Or is he preserved for the future? That's stupid. Oh, rats. My finger fell off. You got frostbite. You're doomed.
Then it cuts to another inmate who's trying to chew on some bread, but it's frozen solid.
Blast! This is ridiculous! This bread is too frozen to eat! Hey, look! We got a new guy.
Welcome, level 5, Frozen Hell. So we're at level 5 now.
Hey, what's your name? How much was your bounty, newcomer? Oh, this one's a goner. He's had the poison punishment.
By the passage connecting level 4 and level 3.
What's the meaning of this? Anya Bell, how did all these guards get beaten when you were here with them?
As it shows that Hanya Bell somehow got beaten up and he's laying amongst all the guards that are with Buggy and Mr. 3.
Wake up, Anya Bell! What happened here?
Yeah, Warden! Please, let me go! I'm sorry, sir. I let my guard down.
I don't want to be tortured!
Blast that swan! He ran off without us! We were attacked by a freak who knew karate. I was caught completely off guard.
Enough excuses. Did he head to the upper floors then?
That prisoner was a member of Crocodile's Baroque Works. The man called himself Mr. 2. Oh, I mean, the Swan.
I don't care what he is.
He's a prisoner from level 3. It's only a matter of time before we recapture him.
Has the riot on level 2 been quelled?
For the most part.
Deploy all the guards here on level 4 to level 3. Put them under Miss Sadie's command, and have her release the jail beasts too. I'll let her deal with them.
And what about these two?
Do whatever you want with them. I want this cleaned up right away. Impel Down must be restored to its proper state. I'm going back to my enclosed space now.
Uh-oh, the diarrhea's back.
Hey, on your feet! Find the last fugitive right away! Ow!
Yes, sir, right away.
What should we do with these two? Take them to the interrogation room. I have some questions I want to ask them. They're in my custody now.
Understood, sir.
And then it cuts to all the guards leaving, and it's just Hannibal with Mr. 3 and Buggy. Underwarden, sir!
Uh-huh.
Underwarden, sir!
Mm-hmm.
And then the door closes, and then it locks.
You saved us!
We escaped the torture. Now what should we do?
There's only one thing to do. You've got to get out of here right now. And save Straw Boy!
As it turns out that Mr. 2 was Hannibal this whole time.
What? Save him? He got drenched in Magellan's poison and taken away to level 5. You heard the guards. There's no way we can save him. We'd be throwing our lives away for nothing. It's a dog's breath. I don't care if I die like a dog or like a queen. The moment I turned my back on Magellan and Straw Boy, my life was put on hold. I ran away because if I hadn't, both of us would have been killed. If Straw Boy is still alive, I swore I'd go back and save him even if it cost me my life. That's what I promised when I ran away. That's all well and good, but you're free now. Why go back just to get yourself killed now? Because he's my friend! That's all the reason I need!
And that is the end of chapter 535. Onwards to chapter 536, but first, we got another SBS. Question. Hello, pleased to meet you. We are the Panda Pirates, the biggest band of pirates in all of China. We've recruited people from all over the world via the internet. We recently reached 40,000 members. What? You're not surprised because China's so big? Oh well. My question is, the buildings and scenery in the Island of Women look sort of Chinese. Was this intentional? Signed, Shangxing Xiang of the Panda Pirates. I probably butchered that enunciation, but oh well. Answer. Yes, that's true of Amazon Lily. I did model it on China. In movies and stories, Amazons often lack elegance. Often lack elegance, so I wanted this nation of women to inhabit a more cultured setting. And Chinese women are really sexy. They are. I love those dresses. Sanji does too. By the way, this message arrived in a huge envelope labeled the Panda Pirates. There was a list of members in the envelope. They turned out to be One Piece fans from all over the world. This made me really happy. I hope they'll all continue to enjoy One Piece. Question. Mr. Oda, Chopper is so cute. I want him for a pet. What? No? Then make me Nami's pet. I'm pretty sure a lot of dudes want to be. Sign, Shimizu Kamoroe. Answer, what are you talking about? Hey, Sheriff, you showed up just in time. We have a weirdo here. Thank you. Hey, no, not me, wait! Question, Odachi, will you come tomorrow? Sign, Kuri. Answer, sure. Where? And that's the end of the SBS. Chapter 536, Level 5, Frozen Hell.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What did you say?
Infirmary, Impel Down. And then it cuts to a physician. No one has ever survived after being exposed to so many types of Warden Magellan's poison. We can make antidotes for one poison, but multiple poisons are beyond our powers.
And you call yourself doctors? This ain't no joke! Huh? This is absurd. Do something for him. We're supposed to hand Straw Hat Luffy over to the Navy alive.
But injecting him with drugs might just hasten his death. I'm afraid he's beyond saving. And then it cuts back to Bon Clay, who's frustrated that he's being told that nothing can be done for Luffy.
See? Straw Hat's done for!
I've never seen anyone fight Magellan and live. It would take a miracle.
That's right. Huh?
Huh?
A miracle. That person's here and Impel Down! Queen Eva, the miracle worker! He can save people the doctors can't! He can even save dying countries! He's the legendary hero of the Queen World! Eva, the superstar! Now I must find him! Who?
Goes Buggy and Mr. 3. Staff Stairway, level 4. To level 5? These criminals are to be imprisoned in the freezing cold.
We're coming. Hold on, Straw Boy. This is a list of the prisoners on level 5. This is strange.
Keep walking, as both Buggy and Mr. 3 are being taken along with Hannibal.
The greatest of all queens. Emporio Ivanka's name is on the list. But why has it been crossed out? Was he released? Or did they execute him?
And one thing I want to note in this panel is right under Emporio Ivankov's name is the Panda Man. So apparently the Panda Man is imprisoned on level 5 as well. Has this prisoner been released? Ivankov? There was an incident a few years ago. Don't you remember, Underwarden? Oh yes, that incident. Of course. What happened again? Refresh my memory. Huh? In front of the prisoners? Just tell me. Once in a while, prisoners go missing from Impel Down. It's clear that they haven't escaped. These are prisoners who aren't able to move, but suddenly they're gone. They call it the Demon's Invitation. They're unexplainable disappearances. The prisoners live in fear of it. They think they've been dragged down to the gates of hell. That's why they call it the Demon's Invitation. People disappear? Goes Mr. 3 to himself.
It's already freezing, and the door isn't even open yet.
And we're all bundled up. We're here. Beware the frost and the army wolves. Now we'll take your things. Huh? What? Give us your weapons and coat. There's no way we could imitate this custom of yours. But you're right. It really does show the prisoners who's boss. That's why you always enter the frozen hell unarmed and half naked. We all respect you a great deal for it. And then it cuts to... it cuts to both Buggy and Mr. 3 laughing to themselves. At the fact that Mr. 3 posing as Hannibal is gonna have to walk through level 5 completely uncovered. And we'll take the prisoners' clothes too.
What?
Please be careful. And then it cuts to Mr. 3 as Hannibal, Buggy, and Mr. 3 all in the freezing cold. They are literally outside the door and half of their bodies are already showing signs of frost. How cold is this place?
Transponder snails can't stand
Transponder snails can't stand the low temperatures in there, so all communications are moot, so please be careful.
What?
And they're just standing there in the cold.
Ah!
It's so cold. It hurts. The chill is biting. Huh? And then it cuts to wolves who are immediately making their way towards Buggy and company.
1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, are those the army wolves? Shouldn't they be up on the beast level?
I don't know. I know why. It's because if they set them loose up there, they'd eat the basilisk and the sphinx. That's how ferocious they are. Then get ready to fight. We have to save Straw Boy. What? I said fight, not run.
You want to get eaten, you idiot?
You're on your own! As both Mr. 3 and Buggy immediately book it as soon as they were given the opportunity, leaving Mr. 2 to have to fend off the wolves himself. Central Tower Cell, Frozen Hell. And it cuts to Luffy, who's crying out in pain because he's still being affected by the poison. Yeah, we got a nice new cellmate today. How come we have to watch him die? And then it cuts to Luffy's going,
It hurts!
Then it cuts back to Granny Yon.
You're like an ant diving into a storm. You'll probably just get flung far away before you can do anything and that'll be the end of it.
And then it cuts to Luffy, who's struggling to get up. And he's looking around. And his own vision is still hazy from his fight with Magellan. And then he slams his head into the gates. Stop that. It's no use. You've absorbed too many poisons. You're a goner. Looks like you can't see. Can you even hear me? Just accept death quietly, says one of the prisoners, who's like a really large one, like a human chestnut even. No! I'm not gonna die! I'm not gonna die until I've rescued Ace!
I don't know who you want to rescue, but you can't even save yourself. Is one of your friends locked up? That's idiotic. In prison, you only look out for yourself.
There's no help coming. Everybody dies alone. You know, see a fire, you can step on the guy next to you to survive. When a monster comes after you, you'll shove the guy next to you into its mouth. Worrying about others will only get you killed. So stop raving about rescuing people. It makes me sick. I probably should have stuck with that voice, but I just changed it mid-sentence. My apologies. And then everyone is laughing. While everyone is laughing, and then it cuts to Luffy, who's still struggling to move, and then they get silent.
Look, somebody's coming. It's not a guard. It's nobody from the prison staff either. No shirt? Straw Boy, I've come to rescue you in the name of friendship.
And it is Bon Clay, whose body is not only covered in permafrost, but also the fact that his body's covered in blood as well.
Who is this guy? He's covered in blood. Forgive me for running away back there.
And then it cuts to the other prisoners who are looking at him. Who are you?
A friend. Straw Boy, I won't let you die.
As it cuts to Bon Clay dragging away Luffy on like a little small sled. And then it cuts to the other prisoners who have, because not only that, but he has the keys, and he just leaves the keys with the other prisoners. The keys? You left the keys here. I never even thought about breaking out before. Eva? Never heard of such a person. Who are you? Cosmo! Welcome! We are currently on chapter 536 of volume 55. We're currently in the middle of it. Bon Clay has found Luffy. Eva? Never heard of such a person. Who are you? Emporio Ivankov? Yeah, I remember him. He's dead, isn't he?
Huh? Why
are you looking for somebody who isn't here anymore? How did you break out anyway? Bust me up too, come on! And it cuts to Bon Clay just dragging Luffy through level 5.
I'm looking for someone named Eva. Hello?
Look over there. See those trees? There's an abandoned guard room over there. I saw a weird-looking guy come out of there once.
Really?
Go check it out. The Grove? But that's where the army wolves have their den. Huh? Oh, yeah. So he's trying to lead them to their deaths.
The demon's invitation? What's that? Eva couldn't have been defeated by something as iffy as that. That's ridiculous. I've never met him, but people say he's performed countless miracles, and I believe he's still working miracles here. He's the god of the Queen World. Please save Straw Boy's life. If there's no antidote that can save him, then you're our only hope. All I can do is not give up.
As Bon Clay continues to drag Luffy through the forest, while the army wolves follow in. And as they bear down on Bon Clay and Luffy, Bon Clay uses his "Oh, come my way" karate to defend himself and Luffy from all the wolves. And while he's doing that, more and more wolves show up. And he continues to defend Luffy. One of them gets him in the leg, and another one gets him in the shoulder, and they all start trying to bite, and one bites him literally in the face. Like, it's one thing to get bit by an animal in the arm, in the leg, in the shoulder. It's another thing to get bit by an animal directly on the head, though. Okay? There's something about that just like, okay, there's that pain. There's that pain.
And then there's this pain.
It's kind of like that. But while that one's biting on his head, Luffy stands up and bites down on the wolf. And then it yelps away, and all the army wolves look kind of crazed, but also scared of Luffy. With Luffy standing with first Bon Clay's going,
Straw Boy!
"What do you think you're doing to Bon?" And then all of the wolves flinch, and then Luffy staring at them, and then all of the wolves start shaking. And as Luffy goes, "Beat it!" And then all of the wolves, some turn tail and run, and the rest of them, some turn and run, but pretty much the vast majority of the wolves all fall unconscious. The Supreme King again. And they all just fall over, foaming at the mouth.
Huh? Straw Boy. What was that?
As Bon Clay and Luffy completely fall over. Then someone walks through the snow in a split colored outfit. In a split colored outfit, holding some wine in his hand, and he's standing there directly over Bon Clay and Luffy. 26 hours until Ace's public execution. And that is the end of 536. Onwards to 537, a ray of hope. And then it cuts to what appears to be Nami in Impel Down.
This heat is unbearable. It's so hot down here.
Your voices make it feel like you're watching the anime? Well, thank you, Abir. I appreciate the compliment.
She's exactly my type. She's young and gorgeous.
But wait, what happened to that freak who knocked out all the jailers? Who are you?
Does it matter, handsome? Come with me.
As Hanya Bell, I guess we're getting like a flashback to how Bon Clay managed to get a hold of Hanya Bell's clothes and everything. Psycho, good to see you.
I'm all sweaty. Would you mind helping me take off these sticky clothes? Woo-hoo-hoo! Now open this gate. You got it.
You got it. Here we go.
And then the door closes, and then it cuts to it getting dark in the room, and Bon Clay has already turned back into his usual self.
Gotcha!
Huh?
And then it cuts to what happened to Hanya Bell beforehand, as he's apparently been bound and gagged, hanging from this room.
I'll make him pay for this. I'm glad this will reflect badly on the warden, but I hate being outsmarted. I just want to be the warden.
Torture rooms, torture instrument storeroom on level 4. Level 4 infernal floor, warden's office. And it cuts to Magellan, who's apparently in his enclosed space, dealing with the fact that he's using the bathroom, and he's struggling too. Like, his face is sweating. He's all like,
"Hey, I used too much poison."
Level 2, beast floor. The prisoners are all back in their cells. Oh wait, this is Saldef.
The prisoners are all back in their cells, but some of the keys are still missing. This is going to be a pain.
Level 3, starvation floor. And it cuts to Sadie.
There's no way they can elude us. Hurry up, capture them alive. They have to be somewhere on this floor.
Yes, ma'am! As it cuts to sometime later. And Bon wakes up.
Huh?
And it cuts to this big old bar room where there's a wide assortment of people in here.
Hey, you're finally awake, brother. You were out a long time. Want to have a drink with us? Welcome to Newcomer! I saw you on the monitor. Watching you guys on the run was great. What is this place? What is this place? Have a seat. Which floor did you come from? Where am I? Where's Straw Boy? We have plenty of food here. Do you remember when you broke out? Don't worry, you're still in Impel Down. No way! You're wearing nice clothes. You're eating delicious food. You're drinking booze. Is this paradise? Let's see. I was being attacked by wolves and Straw Boy stood up and used some strange power to save me. And then I passed out. Is this a dream? Or maybe I died of hypothermia. Is this the afterlife?
And then we have someone step up that looks eerily similar to the man that stood over both Luffy and Bon Clay.
Oh, you're finally awake. You slept a long time. 10 hours or so. 10 hours? What are you talking about? Who are you? My name is Inazuma. How rude. If I hadn't taken you and your friend in, you would have both frozen to death.
But this person is a woman, but looks eerily similar to the person we saw before.
My friend? Then Straw Boy is here too? Where is he? Is he all right? Are you people gods? Where am I? Calm down. I'll let him explain.
And then the lights go out.
Hey, lights out! It's time for the show! Let's sit up front. Did you sleep well, Candy Boy? I mean, Mr. Two Bon Boy. What? How do you know my name? I'm glad you could make it to get here.
And then someone starts playing a guitar.
You have to pass through the sewers of Impel Down. You travel paths that don't exist and arrive at the prisoner's paradise. Enjoy yourselves. We have everything you could want here. We have food, we have weapons, we have games, and above all, we have freedom. You see, the guards are confused. Prisoners disappear. They think they've all been dragged down to hell. But actually, every single one of them is right here. Is this hell, you ask? Maybe Queen Hell. It's an underground world that nobody knows about. Welcome! Impel Down level 5.5, the prisoner's secret garden. This is new Kamaland. Hee-ha!
Emporio Ivankov, Kamabaka Queendom, Queen. Missing.
What? Who are all these freaks? Yeah, Lord Eva! What? Eva? Oh, I got a bit too excited, and now my anemia is...
Are you alright, Lord Eva?
Isn't bothering me at all!
You're okay?
You got us that time! Welcome to my new Kamaland! Hee-ha!
And then it cuts to, so here's the thing. In the manga, whenever Ivankov appears and he laughs, in the manga it goes woo-hoo, but in the anime it's all hee-ha! I prefer the hee-ha from the anime versus the manga's woo-hoo! So it's just so memorable, you know?
Are you really the Eva?
Oh, you've heard of me?
Hey, you, be respectful when you speak to Lord Eva.
Yeah, he's a ruler here.
Shut your traps, candy boys and girls. Forget manners and protocol. People can talk to me however they want. They can even call me Pooh. But they better not! We can't call you Pooh!
You got us that time.
This person is the miracle worker? You're my idol!
And then someone bursts into the room. And it's this big dude.
Emporio Ivankov! You used to be the queen of the Kamabaka Queendom. 15 years ago, my father was a great king. Then he went to the Kamabaka Queendom and came back as a woman.
Can you say Rocky Horror Picture Show? That's the exact inspiration of Emporio.
And came back a woman. His kingdom and our family were torn apart. I used to be a prince, but now I'm just a lousy pirate. I never expected to find my sworn enemy here, but now you're gonna pay for ruining my life.
No! Wait! Look at that huge gun! It's dangerous, so very dangerous! If you shoot me with that, I'll die! I won't die! You won't? You got us that time!
As this random guy shoots at Ivankov and goes like, oh!
Death? Wink!
And then Ivankov just winks, and then the cannonball is repelled. It hits a shockwave from, just winking causes a shockwave to just emanate from Ivankov, and then repel the cannonball. which surprises the guy and blasts him. What? Grah! And then he's left charred from his own attack.
There it is! It's Lord Eva's famous wink! The death wink! You can push back a cannonball with a wink?
And then Ivankov is right in front of the dude. And we thought that Kizaru was a troll. Oh no, here's the thing. Kizaru is a troll in the casual sense. Emporio Ivankov is a troll in the most extravagant and loudest of senses. And that's what makes him such a great character.
You push back a cannonball with a wink?
Goes Bon Clay, and then Ivankov is right in front of this prince. Emporio Estrogen! And then he stabs into this guy.
What? Don't tell me you...
Because here's the thing. Whatever happened to him, he's starting to get affected immediately as his beard disappears.
What? Don't tell me you...
Your father wanted to become a woman. Deal with it. And then it cuts to his body changing more and more. This man's body starts changing from like a big muscular form as it starts to slender up and start to gain a more feminine hourglass figure. 2 mothers, 1 daughter. That's fine too. Just deal with it.
Stop! Ah! This is so embarrassing!
This arc has so many well-written characters. It really does. It really does. And then it shows that Ivankov just turned this man into a woman just instantaneously. Hee-ha! Don't be shy. You still have a long way to go as a newcomer. A new human!
He turned that guy into a woman! He really can work miracles! He's the real deal!
Man or woman or both, be whatever you want to be. I've already shattered the borders of gender. We all have. We've already transcended it. We are the new humans, the newcomer. And this is our garden of freedom. Newcomer land! And then it cuts to Bon Clay, who's immediately kneels down in front of Emporio Ivankov.
Emporio Ivankov, the miracle worker. It's an honor to finally meet you. I'm so happy, but maybe it's rude of me to ask you this when we just met, but there's someone I want you to save. My friend is dying from Magellan's poisons. He's dying and there's no antidote. If you save him, I'll do anything you want.
Are you talking about the boy with the straw hat? We're outlaws. When we see an injured man, we don't automatically save him. We're not that good-hearted. Do you know why we tended to his wounds? Huh? Because that boy whose life you plead for so passionately asked us to.
What? Straw Boy?
And then it cuts to when Emporio Ivankov walks up there with Inazuma as they have both Bon Clay and Luffy.
Bon Clay saved my life, but the wolves attacked him. You have to save him. Please, he's my friend.
And this is Luffy, barely conscious and barely able to move and barely able to do anything because he's not only frostbitten, but also he's like affected by frostbite, but also the poison of Magellan. The fact that he's able to ask these words just speaks about his willpower.
He's my friend.
It's rare to see a dying person who's so worried about someone else. I didn't know the flower of friendship could bloom in a place like this. But after hearing that, I'd have to be the most horrible person in the world not to do something. I started the Straw Hat Boy's treatment 10 hours ago.
Really?
The treatment's pretty rough, so I locked him in the cave back there. He's been screaming for 10 hours straight, but it's going to take 2 more days. And then it cuts to a room that is just completely locked up and covered in chains, and you can just hear Luffy screaming bloody murder from the inside. And that's the end of chapter 537. We got another SBS and we can move on to 538. Question: Orachi, it'll be okay. Sign Shuyu. Answer: thanks. I may suck, but I'll keep trying. Question: what's that mark that's on people like Magellan in Impelled Down? Sign John Jororin. John Jororin. Answer: Toei Animation asked me about that too, but the symbols on the neck and the ones on the arms are slightly different. There are actually 2 variations, but they're based on the same thing. It's the initials of Impel Down, I and D. If you combine them, you get this, and it's basically just the I part and the D part, but it's also simplified by cutting off different sections. That's the reason why the emblem looks like that. It's like what happens if you create a picture and then zoom in on a certain section that cuts things off. Kind of like when you go on Twitter and post a photo, but then it just clips certain things until you look at the full image. You get a different symbol depending on which part you cut out. Both of these symbols represent Impel Down, but they're not really very important. Question! Hello, Mr. Oda. I stayed up 3 days and 3 nights to come up with this. Since your name is Eiichiro, Ichi means 1, Ro it sounds like 6 in Japanese. Can we make your birthday January 6? Sign barcode. Answer: sure. That is not how that works. Question: this chapter is called I Have a Question for Odachi. There's a huge bookshelf inside the Thousand Sunny, but it says that everyone's books are there except Luffy's. Now on to the main point. I have no idea what kind of books a certain person reads, and that's Zoro. What does he read? Call this chapter Tell Me. Signed, Twisted Love. Answer: you're right that Zoro doesn't seem to be the book reading type. He doesn't really read books. He just looks at them. Martial arts manuals, weapon listings, bounty lists, as well as other things. That's what he reads. If it doesn't contribute to his training as a swordsman, he's not going to read it. So don't expect him to look at any picture books unless the picture books explain to him how he can become a better swordsman. But that's the end of the SBS. Onwards to Chapter 538, Level 5.5, New Kamaland. 10 years of your life. That's what it will cost to save you, Straw Hat Boy. Okay, as it cuts to Luffy, who's just under these massive chains, like he's literally being held under these massive chains. And even then, there's no guarantee you'll make it. But right now, your chance of survival is 0. I can only increase that to 2 or 3%. Whether you live or die depends on your own willpower. If you die, the poison wins. If you live, you win. Now off you go to the Valley of Death. Emporio Healing Hormone! As he cuts to Ivankov, sticking both of his hands into Luffy, jabbing him, and then Luffy's body immediately starts getting affected by this hormone as his body just surges. His heart starts pumping even harder than before. Blood starts flowing even faster than before. And it's absolutely painful to Luffy because blood immediately shoots out of his mouth and he's just screaming in pain. Yeah! Like he's just so much screaming. And then it cuts to Ivankov, who's looking at him. And then the screaming continues. And then it cuts to Bon Clay, who's listening to this screaming.
He's been screaming like this for 10 hours? Straw Boy!
Willpower and hormones unleash the vital forces of the human body. And then it cuts to Luffy screaming again. All I did was stimulate Straw Hat Boy's natural immune factors to abnormal levels and alter his body to enable him to fight off the poisons inside him. His body is now breaking down and regenerating at an incredible rate. Only by enduring that pain can he escape death. If you're so worried about him, go look. As Bon Clay walks up to like a section that he can move to see Luffy.
Straw Boy.
And then it cuts to Luffy, who's like out all the way at the back of the room, and he's just screaming out, and like he's fidgeting and twitching violently against these chains as his healing hormones is really taking effect in his body. And then it cuts to Luffy screaming even more, causing Bon Clay to just pirouette, flip, twist, and dip all over the place while he goes right back to Ivankov.
He'll die! His body's being torn apart! He's already dead! This is terrible! Please help him! Save Straw Boy! Take off those chains and make him stop bleeding! Do something for him!
Shut up! Shut up! As Ivankov slaps Bon Clay. I'm helping him right now! We're talking about a life! Do you know what it means to save a life that is beyond saving? You call me the miracle worker, but I'm no god. Well, I don't care what you call me. I won't waste my time saving fools who can't save themselves, even with nations that were about to suffer economic collapse or be torn apart by wars. All I did was focus their will to live. Miracles only happen to those who never give up. Never underestimate the power of miracles. And then as Ivankov says this, everyone starts cheering. And then we cut back to Ivankov in the present day. Well, yeah, back into the present day. No, it's the present. But we cut back to later while Eva and Bon Clay are back in the main party room. In short, I ate the horm fruit. Now I can freely manipulate hormones and will. Gender, body temperature, pigmentation, growth, excitement. I'm an engineer of the human body who can alter people from the inside. Anyway, you smell like a newcomer, but the candy boys and girls here have all transcended gender completely. Men become women, and the women become men. That's the kind of miracles we do here. Miraculous. As Eva is just casually drinking this gigantic barrel of booze.
I see. So, you use hormones to change that man into a woman? The more I look at this place, the less it seems like a prison. This has to be a dream.
It's not a dream. It's a place of dreams. As Ivankov winks at Bon Clay and hits him with it. The candy kids here were all originally prisoners who were lost. They stumbled onto this place by blind luck, but there are entrances all over the place. Among the bloody spikes in the den of beasts, in the blazing fire, even in the morgue. And now, we use all these paths to get supplies. The guards don't notice. They can't imagine a paradise like this could exist in this hell of theirs. But we know what's going on in the outside world. We have transponder snails too. We know everything that happens in the prison, and we steal newspapers out of the garbage. It was thrilling to watch you and Straw Hat Boy on the run. We all enjoyed it.
Where is this place? Where is this place? Who built it?
It wasn't always here. A long time ago, one of the prisoners had a devil fruit power that was good for digging. That candy boy and his followers created this paradise of prisoners. Impel Down is like a giant ant colony inside a really big rock. This place is located somewhere between level 5 and level 6. That's interesting, what he said earlier. A long time ago, one of the prisoners had a devil fruit power that was good for digging.
Wait! Level 6? There's a level 6?
I guess it's not widely known. That's where they keep the really dangerous people. They've all been sentenced to life imprisonment or death. Level 6 is the infinite hell. The prisoners there committed deeds so heinous that the government has erased their very existences. The government is always doing that to people they find inconvenient. For example, you guys managed to fight your way down to level 4, but that wouldn't have been possible a little while back. That's because there was another powerful person here, the head jailer. His name was Shiryu of the Rain. He was as powerful as Warden Magellan. Considering Warden Magellan's relative lack of experience, Shiryu may have been even more deadly.
More deadly than Magellan?
Their dual force was what gave Impel Down its formidable reputation. And then it cuts to the past, as Magellan is apparently confronting Shiryu, who's brandishing a sword.
Shiryu, what have you done?
What?
These prisoners aren't here to satisfy your bloodlust, Shiryu.
Who's going to complain if I clean up a little human trash? And this is Shiryu against Magellan in the past, but we don't see that whole fight. He massacred prisoners on a whim. Something had to be done, so they imprisoned him on level 6 because he was so dangerous.
I never heard about that. It must have happened before I got here.
Only the worst prisoners go there. The pirate Catalina Devon, great battleship San Juan Wolf, and Vasco Shot. These are pirates who shook the world. But their most brutal crimes never made it into the newspapers. Those are the kind of legendary pirates who are imprisoned on level 6. Your old boss is there. He's crazy too, in his own way.
Zero Boy? Crocodile?
Didn't you and Straw Hat fight on opposite sides in Alabaster? You have a very interesting relationship.
politics don't matter when it comes to friendship.
I guess not. And after another one of the 7 warlords, Jinbei, the first son of the sea, is there, as well as the guy Straw Hat Boy is looking for.
What?
That's Porcus D. Ace, 2nd Division Commander of the Whitebeard Pirates. I heard on the prison's communication system that those two are brothers.
That's right. Straw Hat came here to rescue him.
Just sneaking into this place is an impressive feat, but there's no way he can save Ace. And then it just shows Ivankov just gorging himself on food. He needs to start worrying about his own life, not his brother's. It's already past midnight, and Ace Boy's going to be executed tomorrow at 3 in the afternoon. They'll transport him to Navy headquarters in the morning. That means Ace Boy will be removed from Impel Down in 7 or 8 hours. Straw Hat Boy's detoxification treatment will take at least 2 days, and he may not survive it. After that, he'll need to sleep for about 3 days to fully recover his strength. By the time he wakes up, it'll all be over.
Can Straw Boy survive 2 more days of this?
The odds are against him. It'll be a miracle if he does. Didn't I tell you that?
Ew.
You need to rest too. You need to eat something nutritious and get to sleep. I'll take you to a quiet room. And then it cuts to Bon Clay, who's gloomy and crying, going,
I'm going to where Straw Boy is. Don't do it. I don't think he's gonna make it.
What can you do for him? And then Ivankov's just wiping his mouth. And then it cuts to Bon Clay walking towards the room where Luffy's being treated, like undergoing this treatment, and Ivankov and everyone else is like peeking around in the corner trying to see what he does.
You can do it, Straw Boy! You can do it! You have to live, Straw Boy!
And everyone's looking at Bon Clay like he's crazy, like, what is he doing? And then Bon Clay continues,
You can do it! You can do it! You can do it!
Level 3. And it cuts to Sadie.
He's just one guy! Why can't you find him?
As she's whipping the jailer beasts. Then it cuts back to Bon Clay, who now has a massive crowd of commas who are right behind him going,
You can do it, Straw Boy! Straw Hat, you can do it!
3 hours pass. The warden's office. I'm here to report, sir. Straw Hat Luffy has disappeared. Level 4. Huh? Under Warden Hanyabel, what are you doing here?
Get me down from here!
And then it cuts to Ivankov along with Inazuma and the rest of the Okamas who are cheering with Bon Clay for,
You can do it! You can do it! You can do it!
7 hours passed. Level 6.
I don't know what that woman was up to, Ace, but she may not have been telling the truth.
You think she came all the way here to lie to me? I'm sorry, Jinbei. My brother has always been foolhardy. Ever since he was a kid, I always had to worry about him. He's a reckless idiot. 8 hours pass.
Warden!
Oh, wait, this is Domino.
Warden Magellan, good morning, sir.
I have diarrhea.
Well, please hurry. It's time for us to go get death row prisoner Porcus D. Ace.
And then we see a pool of blood leaking out of the door where Luffy's being treated. Blood. And then there's no sounds. There was just constant screaming, but then there's just silence.
His voice.
The treatment is excruciatingly painful from beginning to end, if his screams have stopped. And then we see even more blood. We see even more blood pool out of the room.
Ooh.
How sad, but he fought bravely for 20 hours.
Straw Boy!
And then there's a massive boom as the door to Luffy's treatment room shakes. And then Luffy apparently is banging on the door.
Huh? Huh?
Food! And Luffy screams this, and then Bon Clay immediately starts crying.
Straw Boy? Yeah! It's the Straw Hat Boy!
Impossible! What's going on? It hasn't even been 1 full day yet. And that is the end of chapter 538. We got another SBS if we can move on to 539. Question, Mr. Oda, congratulations. There's gonna be another One Piece movie, and you're writing this one, right? I can't wait. But when I saw the previews on my computer, the words Golden Lion jumped out at me. Is this the flying pirate Sengoku spoke of in chapter 530? The one who escaped Impel Down 20 years ago? Is that who it is? Signed, 12th Rookie Girl. Answer, yes, it's the very same Golden Lion. I'd planned to insert the name into the conversation between Whitebeard and Shanks in volume 45, but when I was doing the rough draft, I thought it might confuse the readers if I put in too much information, so I left it out. He's one of the great pirates who wreaked havoc in the time of Roger. I didn't think I'd ever make a movie about him, though. Anyway, the movie's about Golden Lion finally making his move 20 years after he escaped. There will be a preview on page 192. Question, can I get Sadie to whip me too? Shine Shimizu Kamoroe. We've seen this person before. I think they asked something similar. Answer, what are you talking about? Is that you again, the 21-year-old guy from Aichi? Sheriff, we have a weirdo here. No, not me. What? I'm not allowed to wear underwear on my head? Question, when oars fell and crushed the bridge in volume 48, Frankie built a new one to replace it. But where does Frankie keep his hammer and other tools? Please ask him for me. Signed, Roll. Answer, in your underwear, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is the last question corner for this volume, but we'll be talking to some voice actors on page 168. Chapter 539, Emporio Energy Hormone.
Bring more food! Keep bringing it in, even if it's raw. Just bring whatever we have.
And it cuts to Luffy, who's eating all these foods. Like, they just, all the people of 5.5 are just cramming food into this room, including this gigantic piece of food that shouldn't be able to fit through the door. And Luffy is just chugging it all down, literally dragging in all this food, one after the other.
Hurry, just leave it nearby.
Wow, he's sucking it in like a whirlpool.
How long is he gonna keep eating? He's been at it like this for 30 minutes.
And then it gets to a point where Luffy is stretching and grabbing the food before it even gets to him.
Whoa!
And everyone's pulling it in.
He's eating several days' worth of Kama Land's food.
What vitality, goes Ivankov. Then the eating stops.
He's coming out!
And then Luffy is, like, you can see him inside the doorway, but his body is so wide with food that he can't even get out of the doorway.
What is that thing? He doesn't even look human anymore.
And then Luffy just shudders a little bit, and then it cuts to his arms pumping up, and then Luffy's body's back to normal.
All better! Woo! He absorbed all the energy! I don't believe it! You're not human!
And Luffy just burps, like makes out a loud burp as all the energy and all the food he just ate just instantly, like instantaneously gets turned into energy, and his body is back to its muscular state, like Luffy's built. All right, for him to be like a 16-year-old, he's very built. Or is he 17? I think he's 17.
He defeated Magellan's poisons! It's incredible! And he did it in only 20 hours! It's truly a miracle!
It's a miracle. It's more than a miracle.
Ooh, thank goodness.
Hey, Bond! You're okay!
Me? You big dummy! I was worried sick about you!
And then Bon Clay swoons and he falls unconscious. Bond! Hey! Are you okay? Pull yourself together! He's just exhausted, not hurt. Hey, Eva Guy!
Eva Guy?
Thanks. We owe you our lives. You have him to thank. Thank Mr. Tu Bon Clay. I only used my powers to help you a little. Your friend here did more. Hour after hour, even after his throat got so sore it bled, he stayed right here to share your pain, and continued to cheer you on and shout for you to live. I think that's one reason you were able to make it. Oh.
Straw Boy, I've come to save you!
Bon, thank you! I owe you one! As Luffy immediately kneels and bows his head to Bon. Then we cut to Inazuma, who's a man now. Here's your hat and clothes. You've cheated death, but you still need to rest for a few days in order to fully recover. Huh? I don't have time! I've already wasted too much time! Can you take care of Bond for me? I'll come get him later. Whoa!
Are you crazy?
As Luffy struggles to even move. You're still in bad shape! The paper is still pointing downwards. Ace is below us? Where is this place? What's that? That's a Vivre card. Now that you're back on your feet, you'll probably go rescue your brother no matter what I say. Well, it's your life. Do whatever you want. Eva, do you want to break out too? Bond came down here to save you.
He speaks to Lord Ida so rudely! Ivan, so rudely!
And can you tell me where Ace is? What are you saying? Bond Boy wants to save me. That's adorable. But no thanks, it's not time for me to escape yet. This man literally just says, like, I could leave at any time, but it's not time for me to go. I know what the world is like. It's being shaped by forces like the Navy and the Whitebeard Pirates. And then there's that mastermind of revolutionaries all around the world. My comrade, Dragon. Oh, you mean my dad? That's right. When your dad mobilizes his army, I will escape to the outside and throw myself into the affairs of the world once more. If I escaped now, I'd just be a wanted fugitive again. Your dad? As Ivankov launches himself backwards after hearing that Luffy is the son of Dragon.
His dad?
Don't talk crazy! Your dragon's son! He has a son! Oh, I guess I wasn't supposed to say that. Anyway, that's what Grandpa said. I don't know too much about him anyway. I don't even know what he looks like. That makes it even more believable. He's a total rookie pirate. He doesn't seem like someone who could tell a good lie. And that would explain his almost superhuman vitality. He may be telling the truth. Where are you from? The East Blue. I knew it! As it cuts back in time. Yeah, just like in the anime. John! And then just launches backwards. That was a funny moment in the anime. I loved it. I knew it! And then it cuts back to Ivankov, I guess in the past, with Dragon. Dragon, you always stare off in that direction whenever you walk out here.
I do? How strange. I wasn't aware of it.
It's like the homing instinct of an animal. Does your homeland lie in that direction? Do you have a family back in the Eastern Sea? Well...
Mind your own business, Eva.
I'm sorry. But if that's true, if Straw Hat Boy really is Dragon's son... Inazuma, find out when they're taking Ace Boy away. Yes, sir. It's going to be close, but we just might make it in time. His Vivre card is still pointing downwards, so Ace must still be there. I'm going to level 6 with Straw Hat Boy right now. What? You're gonna take me there? But level 6? Because Luffy doesn't know about level 6. It's not level 5? Whatever, thanks, let's go! It was careless of me not to figure it out. If Ace is Straw Hat Boy's brother, then he's Dragon's son too. Does the Navy know about this? But why would the government want to attract Whitebeard and Dragon at the same time? What are they up to? Either way, now is the time to break out. See ya, Bon. I'll come back for you later. Straw Hat Boy, you shouldn't tell people who your father is. I guess you're right. Your father is my friend. I'm an officer in the Revolutionary Army. That's why I was imprisoned here. You didn't ask for it, but it's my duty to help you. I can't let a comrade's son die before my eyes. Hear me, residents of New Kamaland. We're going to rescue Ace Boy and break out of Impel Down. If you want to come with us, then stand by here and be ready to die in battle.
But this is so sudden. Crossroads in life
are always sudden. All right, hang in there, Ace. I'm coming right now. As Luffy struggles to literally stand. What? His pulse.
What happened to his pulse?
He has one.
He does!
Emporio Energy Hormone! As Emporio stabs into the side of Luffy.
Yeah!
It's adrenaline. Now you can forget your fatigue for a whole day.
Whoa!
You probably don't care, but the after effects will hit you harder later. And then it cuts to Hannibal, who now has... is now back with the rest of his crew. Mr. 2, Mr. 3, and Buggy the Clown. Are you sure those 3 went to level 5? Yes, it was a perfect disguise. All we found on level 5 was a bloody headdress. He took Straw Hat Luffy out of his cell, but it appears the wolves ate all 4 of them. Unless they somehow outwitted us. If so, the warden and underwarden could be fired.
What? Me too?
Inside the elevator to level 6. You're late!
You're too strict, Domino.
As it cuts to Domino with some guards and Magellan himself.
From now on, please empty your bowels faster.
That's impossible. We're meant to hand over the prisoner at exactly 9 o'clock this morning. Failure would ruin Impel Down's reputation.
Oh wait, this is Domino saying,
We're meant to hand over the prisoner at exactly 9 o'clock this morning. Failure would ruin Impel Down's reputation.
the entrance of Impel Down.
Until we have Port Castells in our custody and deliver him to Navy headquarters in Marineford, we will remain on high alert. Is that understood?
Yes, sir!
Be ready for anything. We're working with 5 warships under the supervision of 5 vice admirals. This escort must maintain tight security. Do your duty with all of your might.
Yes, sir! Level 5. Let's hurry! Oh, cuts to Inazuma who goes, let's hurry. Even 1 minute could make all the difference.
I feel great!
It's not far to go if we don't have to sneak around. We're gonna run straight through! Then it cuts to the same army wolves, and they're running. The same army wolves as Eva, Inazuma, and Luffy run towards them, and then the prisoners in their cells go like,
Who's that? Who's running? It's him! He's Ivankov! I thought he was dead!
It can't be.
Out of my way!
as they see Luffy beat up all these wolves. Inazuma just casually beating up these wolves while still holding a glass of wine, and then Ivankov using Death Link! Inazuma, the keys! Yes, sir. They'll be watching us from here on. Bring it on! As Luffy just barrels through the door. Then it cuts monitor room.
We've located some suspicious persons. There are people in the passage between level 5 and level 6.
It's Ivankov, the king of the queens, but he disappeared years ago. What's going on? How did he survive all this time? And that's the intruder. Straw Hat Luffy with him. I thought he was killed by the warden's poison. And that's another level 5 prisoner who disappeared. It's Inazuma, the revolutionary of the South Blue. What's going on? They're heading for level 6. They must be after Fire Fist Ace.
Right now, Domino and Warden Magellan are on their way to get Ace. They're on a collision course. So, they're alive, eh?
As it cuts to Hannibal, who's there.
Turn on all the traps in the passage room right now. Contact the guard room on level 6. Put them on red alert. Have the guards hold them off until Sadie and the jailer beasts arrive. And report this to Warden Magellan and to all staff on all floors. And hurry! That is all!
Underwarden is unusually serious. Is it really him? And it cuts to Luffy and company as they're making their way down to level 6. We have to make it in time!
I'm coming, Ace!
Level 6, as we see the face of Jinbei, and they're all in front of the cell of Ace.
Now, Port Castells, you will be taken to Marineford, where the gallows awaits you.
And that is the end of chapter 539. Onwards to chapter 540. I almost thought I did say 539, but onwards to chapter 540, level 6, Infinite Hell. Get out of our way! Move! As Luffy kicks a guard in the face.
The traps aren't working! They knocked out all the guards!
Ah! Straw Hat Luffy, the Queen King Ivankov, and Inazuma the Revolutionary have reached level 6!
Ace! Where are you? I'm here to rescue you! Ace!
And it cuts to Luffy, who's standing in front of Ace's cell. And then it cuts to Ivankov, Luffy, and Inazuma, but Ace is no longer there. He's not here! Are you sure that this is his cell?
There's no mistake.
It looks like we were a few seconds too late. And then Jinbei is looking.
A Straw Hat? So that's him. He really came. He penetrated the impregnable prison and fell down all the way to level 6. Are you Straw Hat Luffy?
Huh? Uh-huh.
Go after him! Hurry! They just put Ace on the elevator!
Who are you?
Hurry!
You might still be able to save him. Go! All right. Thanks, whoever you are.
I don't believe it. He must have risked his life countless times to get through the 5 levels.
That's it. Let's go, goes Inazuma. The door to the elevator is still open. But the operation circuit is locked. It's no use. We can't use it? I think I can climb up here. And then it cuts to the elevator slamming down in front of him, because as Luffy is looking and thinking about trying to climb up, the underside of the elevator has countless spikes, so even if you climbed up after it, if that elevator goes down, you are getting crushed to death. Look out! And he barely manages to get out of the way before the elevator actually crushes him. I knew it. It couldn't be that easy. The elevator is useless. They were ready for us. As it cuts to a transponder snail, surveillance snail, up on the wall looking straight at him. We'll just have to take the stairs! And then something fought the door as they make their way towards the stairs. A gate slams in front of it so that they have no way to get out. Hey, the stairs are closed off too! They're hoping to trap us by blocking all the exits. We're gonna have to bust out of here. And then something starts to make its way downstairs as like gas starts to fill the room. Huh? Gas? Is it poisonous?
Hey, I don't know what you guys are, who you guys are, but don't involve us in your crazy scheme.
Shut up, you level 6 buddies! I don't care if it's poisonous. And Luffy just goes in there, and as he tries to run into it, he just falls asleep immediately, because apparently it's sleeping gas. It seems to be sleeping gas. You're too reckless, Straw Hat Boy! They're trying to put us to sleep, along with the other prisoners on this floor. This is our only way out! Monitor room as it cuts to Hanya Bell. Underwarden! Underwarden! We've sealed level 6! The sleeping gas is powerful and they have nowhere to run. Have all security personnel arm themselves and stand by just in case. Did you contact Warrior Magellan? Yes! Impel down, level 1 by the big elevator, as it cuts to Magellan holding Ace down face first onto the ground. Luffy!
You heard the report. Stop resisting. Your brother is a pirate. He doesn't have a prayer here.
I was hoping it wasn't true. Why did you come here, Luffy?
How did Straw Hat survive this long?
It's level 6. Level 6. And everyone is coughing.
Do something! Do something about
The gas is spreading through the entire floor! And then it cuts to Inazuma, who has like these big blades coming out of his hands, and he's cutting up the ground. He's cutting that stone like it's paper. How does he do that? And then he flips up the very ground itself after cutting it and uses it to seal in the gas from the chamber, and pretty much just cut up the ground itself all around the elevator, all around the stairwell to keep that gas from flowing down into the room.
Wow! He used sections of the floor to shut off the gas! Amazing!
Inazuma ate the snip fruit. He can manipulate anything he cuts like paper. So now you know the power that Inazuma has. What? What are you doing? I need to get out of here, Krabby! If you close off the stairway, I can't get to Ace! It was the only way to stop the gas. How are you going to rescue him if you're unconscious? I have to rescue him whether I'm unconscious or not! Conscious is preferable. They're gonna execute him! Don't be rash. The enemy has outwitted us. We're trapped on level 6 with no way out. Huh? All we can do now is deprive them of visual information, as it cuts to Ivankov, who's taken all of the security transponder snails off of the wall so they can't even see them. The truth is, we're too late. They took Ace Boy right up to the top level. He's probably already aboard a ship by now. Meanwhile, we have enemies in front of us to deal with. Look at the Viva card. Isn't it pointing straight up? And it is. They've already handed Ace over to the Navy. It's time to change our objective to helping you escape from this prison. Ace Boy is on his way to Navy headquarters. Just give it up. Leave the rest to Whitebeard. Then Luffy just stands there and goes, Then I gotta go to Navy headquarters. Don't be a fool! You'll just be caught up in a battle between the strongest people in the world. Do you realize how strong Whitebeard is? Or the admirals and vice admirals of the Navy? Do you realize how strong the 7 warlords are? Any of them could kill you with ease. If I give up now, I'll regret it forever. I'm going! This feeling, I've experienced it before. It's the same thing I felt with Dragon. And then Inazuma steps in. But first, we have to get off this floor.
If you want out of here, set me free. I can make a hole in the ceiling. What do you say, Straw Hat?
Hey, you're here too? Crocodile!
Sashiburi dana.
Mugiwara. His introduction, when they see him again in Impel Down, is all like,
Long time no Hey, good to see you, Straw Hat. It's been a while.
But I like it how he says it in Japanese. Sashiburi dana. Mugiwara. Crocodile!
I didn't think there'd be anything for me to do if I were free. But you say there's going to be a war between Whitebeard and the Navy. Now's my chance to kill that old geezer.
Sir Crocodile, former warlord of the sea, former president of Baroque Works. So now we fully see the man who's attached to the golden hook that's been inside of Impel Down this whole time.
I don't want to miss this war. With my powers, I can get you out of here. It's a good deal for you and for me.
Forget it! You're the one who messed up Vivi's country!
That's water under the bridge. I have no interest in Alabasta anymore.
Let's set him free, Straw Hat Boy. He could be a big help to us. If you want to go to Navy headquarters, you better take him up on his offer. What? But he's...
Ivankov, eh?
Long time no see, Croc Boy. Croco Boy. Long time no see, Croco Boy. What? You know him? We go way back. I knew him when he was just starting out. But it's okay. We don't have to trust him. If he tries anything funny, I'll fix him. I know his weakness. But if you're a good boy and help us, I'll keep quiet about it. Hee-ha!
You fiend!
Then what? Then bust me out too. Yeah, I hate Whitebeard too.
Shut up, Deathwink! And then... Deathwink! And then Ivankov winks at some prisoners who are chiming up unnecessarily.
For mercy's sake!
A voice cries out behind them, and it's Jinbei.
Please take me with you. I could be of great help to you. I've known Ace ever since he joined the Whitebeard Pirates. I've heard him talk about his brother all these years. I was thrown in here because I oppose this war. I want to save Ace too. Please, allow me the chance to die in battle.
And then Luffy just looks at Jinbei, and Jinbei just looks at him. Oh, we got another big one here. All right. Are you serious? We don't know anything about him. He's dangerous, says Inazuma. It's all right. Let him go.
I'm indebted to you.
Hey, me too. I owe you one too, for mercy's sake.
Shut up, Deathwink! And they all get blasted with a wink again. One of Croc's... That's one of the biggest outstanding theories that has been present in One Piece this whole time. Like, did Ivankov... was a crocodile once a woman in the past and then got turned into a man by Ivankov? Even now, we still don't know this secret. So yeah, that's not a major thing. That's not a major thing, Ozzy. But I'm just letting you know that Ozzy saying that is not a spoiler or anything. We still don't know. That's one of the biggest theories that's existed ever since Crocodile ran into Ivankov in the Impel Down arc. That's just been one big massive theory that everyone always has, like, at the back of their minds. Of one theory is that, you know, gets buried in a lot, but whenever it comes to Crocodile interacting with Ivankov, that's one thought that's been on everyone's mind in the past. And we still don't know. But the prisoners get death-winked, Ivankov opens up the gate, and releases both Jinbei and Crocodile. Okay, we have to hurry.
I won't let you harm Whitebeard, Crocodile.
Now we have 2 warlords with us, if you count Crocodile. We have to break out of this prison by force.
Hey, let us out too.
Shall we settle this right now?
As Crocodile. One thing is for certain, he is not Luffy's mother. Of course not.
Shall we settle this right now?
As Crocodile's ready to square up on Jinbei. 2? Who's the other one? And that is the end of chapter 540. We got a SBS with Usopp's voice actor, Kappei Yamaguchi. And then we have chapter 541. And I think that's the last chapter. Yeah. Once we're done, we move on to the last chapter of this volume. I'm moving through this pretty quick. How do you do? This is our 4th voice actor question corner. 4th! Now let's begin. Our guest today is a popular one. A great actor with loads of experience. Acts younger than his age and is hard to understand. Our brave sniper, Usopp's voice actor. He's actually really famous among other voice actors. Kappei Yamaguchi in the house. Oda. Here is Kappei. Please introduce yourself.
The elegant dramatizer. Master Usopp's beautiful voice. Here's Kappei.
Even though that's, dang it, I forgot the name of the guy who does Usopp's voice in the anime. He also does the voice of Krillin. How do I remember Goku's voice actor name and Vegeta's voice actor name, but I don't even remember Krillin's?
The elegant dramatizer, Master Usopp's beautiful voice. Here's Kappei.
Why'd you say it like that? Dramatizer? You're just a liar!
I'm no liar, I'm a dramatizer.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, do you know what SBS is?
Start booking us as your staff members.
I don't want you.
That's cruel. That's where I'm supposed to go since I don't get to appear in recent... That's where I'm supposed to go since I don't get to appear in the recent episodes?
Everyone is busy even if they don't have airtime, and your SBS meaning is wrong.
Oh, it's wrong. Then how about start off with beer and stuff? Or how about slurp beer studiously?
What are you, a bar? Never mind. You have no intention of guessing right away. Now let's begin.
Let's smack 'em down, yeah!
You're getting motivated in the wrong direction.
I just figured out what SBS is. Slap busted stupid. Stop it!
The question corner with Yamaguchi continues on page 186. Preview for next voice actor's SBS, Sanji, and the voice actor for Chopper, Hiroaki Hirata and Ikue Otani. Chapter 531, The Greatest Ever. Straw Hat, Ivankov, and Inazuma all have devil fruit powers. Be sure to arm yourselves with prison bullets. We've reached level 6.
Be careful, the enemy is there.
And as they look, they see that a big section of the ground has been turned into like a spiraling walkway with a hole in the top of the roof.
Who made that? There's a giant hole in the ceiling. Could they have... Where are those 3? Find them!
What kind of idiots would stick around after making an escape route? Fools.
Head jailer Shiryu!
Just look at you. You're totally ineffectual without me. You can't do anything right. This is a failure of epic proportions. A stain on the reputation of Impel Down. The 3 you're looking for. Freed Crocodile and Jinbei.
What?
And went to level 5 through that hole. Tell Magellan I'm willing to help.
As Shiryu just kind of smiles.
But...
And then we cut to the monitor room.
Crocodile and Jinbei? They're not in their cells! So we tried to trap them on level 6, but they outsmarted us. You mean all 5 of them have gone up to level 5? Is that it?
As Hanya Bell is just, kind of livid at this.
Do you think I could be held responsible for this too?
Warden Magellan is conducting a separate mission elsewhere, so all the blame will fall on you.
Fine. If it's a fight they want, I'll give it to them. All guards to level 4! Sadie! Soldeath! Hurry with your subordinates to level 4! I'm willing to risk my life to become the warden! Oops, I misspoke. I mean, we have to win this war or die trying!
Level 5, prison hell.
Are you ready? Goes Ivankov.
Even if we make it up to the main hall, we'll still have serious problems to overcome. We're on the inescapable calm belt. We'll have to steal some battleships to get to Navy headquarters, and that will require manpower. We need more people.
As it cuts to more and more of Ivankov's candies, who are standing out in the snow with him. Freezing. The truth is, right now, only a handful of you will make it to the first floor without getting caught, and if they catch you, they'll torture you mercilessly. Understand? Our chances of survival increase the more prisoners you free between here and level 1. We have to steal the keys along the way and release as many as we can. We'll cause a riot like Impel Down has never seen! The greatest ever! Hey, drop the title. Looking like M. Bison? Seriously! That's why he looks so familiar to me! Shitty the Rain looks like M. Bison! He's got the hat and everything! The only thing he's missing is the white-out eyes! But, yeah.
Let's go, Straw Hat Boy!
He charged off already.
Wait for me! Hee-haw! Let's go after him, Candies! Wait! Somebody help! Wait! Somebody help! Stop me!
As it cuts to Bon Clay, who's constantly spinning over and over and over again.
That energy boost was too strong for you. Follow the leader.
The stairway between levels 5 and 4.
It's almost 10 a.m.
As it cuts to Jinbei, Crocodile and Luffy run up the stairs while Crocodile is using its powers to literally float off the ground so he doesn't have to physically run. Being a Logia user is just straight up cheating when it comes to travel.
The execution is at 3 o'clock this afternoon. They will definitely wait until that time comes. If Whitebeard's gonna make a move, it'll be a few hours before that. Ace is already aboard the ship. The war could begin at any time.
They won't kill Ace before 3? Then there's still a chance.
Doors mean nothing to me. This right hand holds the power of thirst itself.
As Crocodile puts his hand on the door. Crocodile's Sand Sun fruit powers explained. He can turn his body into sand and control any sand around him. His hand sucks the moisture out of anything he touches. People and plants wither, and rocks and earth crumble to sand. Imagine Raul Julia playing him. It's a nice stream. I miss Raul Julia. He's such a phenomenal actor. My first instance of seeing Raul Julia was not in Street Fighter, but in The Addams Family, of which there is no person who is able to reach his level of quality as his role in with Gomez. The same with Angelica Houston as Morticia. They are pretty much the perfect and only people that can pull off the Addams Family that effectively. Like they were legends for those roles in the Addams Family. Absolutely. And their characters, Gomez and Morticia, a lot of people call them relationship goals. So because of how genuine those two are. Sorry, I know I took a tangent, but Raul Julia as Gomez and Angelica Houston as Morticia are by far one of the greatest casting choices in the entirety of cinematic history. I'm just saying, they're the greatest people to ever assume those roles. His hand sucks the moisture out of anything he touches. People and plants wither, and rocks and earth crumble to sand. And it cuts to Crocodile, who puts his hand on this wooden door, and the whole door immediately withers and turns to dust and blasts forward as we see some guards preparing to aim at Jinbei and company. Level 4.
This is level 4.
They're here!
The escaped prisoner from level 6, Warlord Jinbei, intruder Monkey D. Luffy, and former Warlord Crocodile.
So this is the Inferno Hell.
Hot. And then Luffy says hot, and then Crocodile doesn't say anything.
They're here! We'll fight them as best we can! Fire!
And they immediately they fire up on Crocodile, and they shoot through his body, including his face, but he immediately, since he's a Logia user, I mean, they don't do anything. And New Girl playing the new Wednesday is actually better than Christina Ricci. Christina Ricci, I feel like, is very timeless as Wednesday when she's much younger. But for a more modern Wednesday, Jenna Ortega, she does a very good job as well. Like, she pulls off the awkward, drab, gloomy, otherworldly type nature as Wednesday. Both, I actually got to say, I want to hold Christina Ricci and Jenna Ortega as the best Wednesdays for Wednesday. So, yeah, that's just my opinion. But after getting shot, Crocodile bum rushes 3 guards and using Crescent Cutlass. And using the same move he used to drain the moisture from Luffy's arm, he just cuts it through 3 dudes, and their entire bodies get drained of moisture.
Fire! Fire the prison bullets!
Gum Gum! Rain! As Luffy is airborne, and instead of punching upwards, he punches downwards and hits all these dudes, all the guards underneath him. Then it cuts to Jinbei. Here we go.
Fishman karate. Arabesque brick fist!
And he punches towards the guards, but it doesn't actually make contact with them. And they're looking like, huh? And then all of a sudden, they all get blasted backwards by a shockwave. Senmaigara! Seiken! I love the names. I love the names of Fishman Karate moves, especially when it's said by Jinbei. Senmaigara! Seiken! But they get blasted back by this punch that didn't even touch them.
Whoa! What kind of a punch was that? How can we fight that? We're up against a pirate worth 300 million berries and 2 warlords. Stand your ground. We have to hold them off until reinforcements arrive.
Level 2, Beast Hell. The camisole underpants. And it cuts to the man-face lines that are down there. And it cuts to like a building that doesn't look like the rest. Huh? Something's up. Take a look, Buggy. I overheard one of their transmissions. Something's going on. The guards in the Blue Gory are leaving. All hands to level 4.
There must be a big ruckus somewhere. Now's our chance. Ready, men?
These duplicate wax keys Mr. 3 made are great.
After being chased by wolves on level 5, hiding behind walls to sneak past the surveillance, and tiptoeing around for the last 20 hours in our Great Buggy and Mr. 3 adventure, we made it all the way back to level 2.
Just a little farther and we'll be free. As it cuts to the many points where they like Buggy says, they were hiding out. Underwarden, this is the monitor room.
What is it? What is it?
Something's wrong.
Oh well, this jackal headdress I'm wearing is actually...
There are people sneaking around on level 2. The prisoners are loose.
What?
Level 2.
Thanks, man.
Save your thanks for Captain Buggy.
And then jail cells keep getting opened left and right everywhere.
Level 2 guards, what are you doing?
We're on our way to level 4 as ordered.
No, I want you to search level 2.
Gotcha. Level 2?
Yeah! Looks like luck is on our side, partner. If we start another riot here, we can take advantage of the chaos to sneak onto one of the battleships.
Then we'll be free men. Straw Hat and Mr. 2 are already dead, and if they're not, there's nothing we can do for them. They'll spend the rest of their lives behind bars.
I have to worry about myself now. Too bad for them. Come on, men! Now's our chance! If you want a taste of freedom, make as much trouble as you can. Let the games begin!
Captain Buggy's our savior! As cells get opened up left and right, they're just starting to riot. Let's start a riot! They're literally starting to riot. This is level 2! The prisoners have broken out and are rioting again! Buggy channeling his inner Cirrus Grissom. Yeah, he is. The prisoners have broken out and are rioting again! Please send the Blue Gory! We can't restrain them all by ourselves! And then some keys drop in front of another cell.
Keys! Now we can escape! Thanks, friend! Wait, what? Crocodile?
I was thinking about escaping from this place, but I needed more troops. Wanna come along, Mr. 1?
And then Mr. 1 is just sitting by himself and he holds up his cuffs going, I'll come with you. I was starting to get bored here by myself.
This is level 4! Now what is it?
Ivankov, Inazuma, and your hated enemy, Mr. 2, are back, and they brought an enemy with them!
An army?
And you won't believe who's with them! All the prisoners who disappeared! Because of the devil's invitation! It's definitely them!
What? What can this mean?
Bon! Did you get an energy boost too?
I feel great! Ah, Mr. 1, What are you doing here?
Who's he?
The guy with the belly warmer defeated him back in Alabaster.
Oh, never heard of him.
We need reinforcements on level 4! We need reinforcements on level 2 too! What should I do?
Emporio face growth synthesis.
Look at that look at that army of crazies! It's no use! They can't be stopped! All the prisoners who disappeared are back, and look what they're wearing! They're unstoppable, and they're dressed to kill!
And it cuts to all the newcomers, along with Luffy, Crocodile, and Jinbei and Emporio Ivankov are just wreaking havoc as a big old massive riot is happening. Let's go to the Navy headquarters! And that is the end of chapter 541. That is the end of chapter 541. Onwards to the rest of the SBS with Usopp's voice actor, Kappei Yamaguchi. And then we're done with volume 56. Because we have one more volume before we get to the Paramount War. And we're almost at the end of the pre-time skip. We're almost at the end of the pre-time skip as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 volumes of the pre-time skip left. After this, 5 volumes. It's like a combination of Face Off and Con Air. That's exactly what it is. But let's go on to this SBS because it's got some questions in it. Reader, I have a question for you, Mr. Kappei Yamaguchi. Which voice actors do you look up to? Please answer seriously. Sign Makuko. Kappei, here comes the serious answer. All of the actors who voiced the Straw Hat Pirates, especially Masako Nozawa and Master Kaneta Kimotsuki. Reader, which of Usopp's lines did you have the most trouble with? Sign Moko-chan. Kappei. So many. That line about the person who ate the pawpaw fruit looks into the distance. Wait, that wasn't my line. Reader, and can I see your underpants? K. Sure, peace. Reader, don't you think Kappei of the Yamaguchi seems a bit weird lately? Signed, Dashhound Doria. Like Dashhound Doria. K. How rude. I've always been weird. Reader, when Usopp and Luffy have that big fight in Water 7, did you really duel with Tanaka? Signed, Silhouette. K. Well, for the sake of realism, we had to, but it was a pretty pathetic fight. Reader, what's the difference between a girl and a woman, and which do you prefer? It should be obvious. If you're a grown man preferring girls over women, might need to evaluate your situation here. We do not need another EDP situation going on. We don't. Or someone apologizing on YouTube playing a ukulele. K, and this is signed by Stiff. K, well, I really can't talk about it in a magazine for boys. Hee hee. Reader, I have a question. Who do you like better, Nami or Robin? Signed, a high school girl. K, I'll take Kokoro. Blah. Reader, hello, Mr. Yamaguchi. Here's my question. What's the biggest lie you ever told? Signed, B's fan. K, I've never told a lie in my life. Lie. Reader, hi, Kappei. Please draw Usopp with your left hand. And he actually manages to draw a pretty good look at Usopp here. Signed, Jump Festa 2009 was fun. K, how about this? Reader. Kappei, turn your back to me. Bite the nail of your right thumb and look over your shoulder. Sexy pose. Sign, B-God. K, I had a picture taken, but I was so sexy that the photographer and the camera turned to stone. Mellow, mellow, mellow! Reader, hello there. I have a question. Kappei Yamaguchi. Out of the following, which is most important to you? 1. Scripts. 2. Japan. 3. Pretty girls. Signed, Demomo. K, I rank them 3, 2, and then 1. Reader, do voice actors with very distinctive speaking voices get noticed a lot in their private lives? That would be my guess, especially the popular ones. Did it ever happen to you? Signed, Kana Miyamura. K, yeah, but they never notice me when I want them to, when is that? And they always notice me when I don't want them to. When is that? The world is a strange place. Reader, I love you, Kape! Eat this! Rotten egg star! Signed, John John. Okay.
Yuck! It's gooey!
Wipes it on Oda. Hey, what are you doing? It stinks! Jeez, Kape, let's just end it here. But there's one reader who wants to challenge you. Do you accept? Reader, Kape, let's fight a negative battle! Signed, Marin. There's a lot of different Marins here that have appeared in these question corners. Okay.
Run!
Oda, he ran away. He just does whatever he wants all the time. Wow, he's fast. Oh, he tripped. Huh? What? He took off. He's flying? How? Anyway, see you in the next volume. Hey! Kape! And that's the end of the big old Kape question corner. After that, we have the 4th One Piece character popularity poll with 42,116 votes. So, first place, no surprise, Luffy. Second place, Zoro. Third place, Sanji. Fourth place, Chopper. And going from 5 all the way down to 20, we have Ace, Nami, Robin, Shanks, Brook, Law, Usopp, Mihawk, Frankie, Vivi, Kid, Kaku, Aokiji, Rayleigh, Lucci, and then lastly, Smoker. And then it continues on, but it gets a little bit long after that. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of Volume 55. Hope you enjoyed the voices. Hope you enjoyed the dramatic reading. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow's session when we go through Volume 56. All I can say to everyone here, both new and my regulars, is hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you enjoyed what you saw here today, and this also helps this channel grow even bigger and helps out with the whole YouTube algorithm thing, then please like, subscribe, and share this video with everyone you know, because the more the merrier. And because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!